Now I just want to explore, obviously, Margaret Thatcher. You were Chief Press Secretary to Margaret Thatcher, and explore why. I think a lot of people, certainly who we're talking to, have said will rate Margaret Thatcher having very high levels of gravitas. Why did she? How did she manage to convey that?
Well, because I think that I don't think you're necessarily born with gravitas, but I think you're born with a serious nature. And she was certainly born with a serious nature. But I think, and she developed an ability to communicate. But I think that her statesmanship, her gravitas, was founded upon 4 qualities, probably. I can reduce them to 4 qualities. One was what they describe as ideological security. She knew what she stood for. She was at ease with her political philosophy. And she'd worked out how to implement her policies, not in detail. And all kinds of things flowed from her underlying philosophy. So I think, first of all, there was a serious political philosophy behind her. Secondly, she dared to do a Danielle, as it were. She didn't go with the herd if she thought the herd was wrong. She had a moral courage, which I think all statesmen have to have. Thirdly, she was constant. She didn't U-turn and flit around. Once she'd made up her mind, she stuck with it. You knew where you were. That, I think, is a very important quality in having gravity. You know where you are with them.
Was she easy to work with?
From my point, she was very easy, mind you. You can't improve on a person who knows what they're up to, doesn't change her mind, and doesn't read the press. I mean, wonderful.
It's interesting because she's known to have understood the importance of performing for the media age, but
she understood that and had been coached in it long before I got there. That's perfectly true. She recognised that in this day and age you have to perform to a degree, but it wasn't performing for performance sake. It was to convey a message, a serious message that she wished the nation to take in. And of course, eventually they did take it in. And then I think the quality that I would rate above everything is that she didn't want to be loved. And this is the problem today. Everybody wants to be loved. And if that's all you want out of life, then you're never going to have gravitas, you're never going to be a statesman, and I would suspect you're never going to do anything seriously advantageous to the human race either.
Do you think now, because of the media age, because this idea of everything having to be kind of delivered in these sound bites and that, is there a place for gravitas in today's society?
No, I think we've got to do with a hell of a lot more than we've got at the moment. I don't think we have much gravitas at the moment. We have every feeling of playing it for all it's worth, for spin and advantage and political advantage and this kind of thing. Nobody knows what they stand for anymore. And you can't have gravitas if nobody knows what you stand for.
And could that just not be the way the world works now?
No, I don't think it is the way the world works. I think the world is crying out for... There aren't any certainties in life, but what it's crying out for is a framework by which to live. And there isn't one now. I mean, that's why we have all the problems. There isn't a basic seriousness and determination to improve. Otherwise, we'd have a hell of a lot of better education than the system.
Do you think somebody like Margaret Thatcher would be voted in today, as if we had the same situation?
Yeah, no doubt. They'd recognise the quality. But indeed, I would say that she'd probably find it easier to get voted in now than she ever would in before, for the simple reason that's what people are looking for.
So it is an incredibly powerful quality to be able to exude from a person.
I think it's an incredibly powerful quality to know what you're doing, to have the courage to carry it out, to stick with it, and don't bother about whether you're popular or not. Of course, you've got to win elections, or else you don't do it. But the winning of the election is not to be done by serious argument, painstaking argument. Oh, Margaret Thatcher's speech-writing session, I ducked out of them. They were so endless because she was a perfectionist about getting the expression of the thought right.
Sir Bernard Ingham, thank you very much.